Life is what happens while you're busy making plans. It's a quote that was said by the famous musician John Lennon. Today I would like to propose an idea to the class. Don't live in yesterday. Don't live in tomorrow. Live in today. Live in the here and now. Be mindful and be present. Far too often we tend to get caught up in things in our lives. We tend to get caught up in our own thoughts, our wandering minds, and we tend to lose perspective on the here and the now. Today I would like to talk to you about that here and now. I'd like to talk to you about mindfulness, some of the benefits, both on the physical side of things and mental side of things, as well as how to start attaining mindfulness, get sent on the right path. First things first, let's get started with the physical side of mindfulness. Direct links between mindfulness and reducing stress and anxiety are out there. There's been studies on them, and actually schools have started to implement mindfulness tactics in them to go ahead and help students deal with stress and anxiety. A school out in Portland, Oregon called Wilson High School has started implementing these mindfulness tactic classes. They meet 3 days a week for 90-minute sessions. In these classes, they practice visualization, heavy breathing, walking, and these classes, they not only are meant to help students while they're in school, they're also meant to help students while they're out of school. It's meant to give these students real-life stress and anxiety tactics that they can help deal with their personal things in a healthy manner, and they can take them when they graduate high school. Another thing that deals with the physical side of mindfulness is that it can help reduce major health risk, such as heart disease. We know about the direct correlation between mindfulness and reducing stress and anxiety, but I would like to share with you guys as well that mindfulness also goes ahead and helps reduce blood pressure. By reducing blood pressure, by reducing stress, by reducing anxiety, you're taking away big contributors to a lot of major health diseases that people run into later in life. These things contribute to a lot of problems that we can run into, and it's great to have a natural way to go ahead and handle these things that can happen in our physical life. The mental side of things, let's go ahead and transition over there. On the mental side of things, I want to share with you guys some benefits. But now, mindfulness can go ahead and help addiction. And by addiction, we're talking drug abuse. Mindfulness is in every abuse program out there, whether it's a 12-step, whether it's a faith-based, whether it's a Zen-based program. They all have central ideas of mindfulness that are all tied to them to help a person center themselves, find themselves, and especially refine themselves. A lot of that is just redefining who you are as an individual when you are clean and sober. And so these are some great tactics that they've been using for the mental side of things to go ahead to help people that are mindfulness tactics. Another side of the mental side of things with mindfulness that's a benefit is that actually goes ahead and it changes your brain. There's been studies done that do a CT scan of before and an after. They show a before brain, before mindfulness tactics, and then an after brain, after they've been using a patient's been using mindfulness tactics for anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks. What their brain looks like in the CT scan is it's different than before. There are 5 facets in the brain that are especially different. It's highlighted by the gray matter, the brain density in the brain is a lot more vibrant or colored in on those sides after doing the mindfulness tactics. These tactics are directly correlated with learning, cognitive functions, memory, and speaking functions as well. Now, that's the psychology of it. These have been studies, and it's been being talked about now with psychological studies and research as well. The third thing that I wanted to go ahead and transition into and share with you guys is how to get started with mindfulness, how to attain mindfulness. A lot of people are interested but don't know how to get started, and I just wanted to give you guys some starting points. The first thing I want to share with you guys is how I got started attaining mindfulness. The tactic that I went ahead and did is I did some research online. I ordered a book. The book that I got was the Zen Mind, A Beginner's Mind, and it really put me on the path to a Zen mind and helped me understand some things to properly attain mindfulness. Not only is it a book about the Zen culture and gives you a true essence of what it is, but it also is a how-to to attain a Zen mind, which deals with mindfulness as well. The other part of reading books that I would go ahead and recommend would be to go ahead and go online, do some research. You can find some basic mindfulness tactics. You heard before when I talked about visualization, heavy breathing. There's walking tactics as well. These tactics you can find online. You can find them from incredible sources that go ahead and will give you a step-by-step process on things to go ahead and do, some exercises that can help you start to get attaining the path of mindfulness. The third thing is go ahead and just try to find a class. Or the second thing I should say is to go ahead and find a class. There's a lot of things that are offered through either a gym, whether they be yoga classes. There's things that are offered through schools that you can go ahead and do, meditation classes, things like that. Also insurances. Some of your insurances providers will cover things like that as well. And there's great classes if you go ahead, look online, you can go on Yelp, you can read reviews, you can go ahead and do all that kind of stuff to find what's right for you to start attaining your path to mindfulness. Now I went ahead and we covered the physical side of things with you guys, we covered the mental side of things with you guys. Went ahead and just gave you guys some brief information on how to go ahead and get started attaining mindfulness. Now I'd like to go ahead and leave you guys with a quote by Albert Einstein. It says, "Life is preparation for the future, and the best preparation for the future is to live as if there were none."